Hey, this is Lorena, and I wanted to do a video for you that is kind of connected with my lasering. I ended up making these beautiful corset thimbles, and I use them for my applique, and I use them for my French paper piecing, and I also use them for my hand binding. I know I love my silver thimbles, but I ended up making a thimble and it's out of leather, and I use my lasers, and I wanted to share how excited I am about this. I am going to do Vlogmas. Not every day, but a couple days of this extra on this channel. We're gonna see if we could have some fun here. I just have a lot of pressure, but we're gonna just try, okay? So I love you, and I hope you like this video, and I thank you for supporting me. All right, click that subscribe button if you will, please. That would be a great present for me, you know? I'm not gonna beg. I love you. Bye. When I get ready to film. Okay. Oh, okay, seriously. I wanted to show you one of the reasons why I really am enjoying the laser. It's because you can make something that you never thought you even cared or needed. I do a lot of hand stitching, and I've made what I call corset thimbles. I ended up creating for this young man a thimble. The ability to have a thimble that fit his finger to applique or English paper piece what he was piecing. So I went ahead and I lasered some leather. These are the ones that I've already worked on, but I need to corset them. You can make really neat thimbles. So I lasered on this set the hole a bit bigger. So I wet them, rinsed them out, and laid them. And now this leather's dry. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to seal the edges, and then I'm going to seal the leather and seal the leather on both sides. The lasering didn't come out as well. It almost shows better when it's stained. Just let this kind of soak. It's this finish, and that's how these came out. And so after it dries, just buff and start buffing it. So I use this. It's just a thin layer. And what this does, it conditions the leather on the inside. Remember, when we start doing the corseting of the thimble, you're not going to be able to get to this side. It just goes back to its natural color. So I'm going to let those dry, but then I'm going to do the next step. There's also like a burnisher for the edges and a burnishing tool. I don't use this for this application because I just want to put an edging on there. And too much can make a mess. And you want it to not go on the leather that you just stained. So I like this edge of the brush. And I'm gonna let it dry. This is what you're gonna need: the ribbon, the needle, the scissors. These help sometimes when the needle gets stuck. And here's one of the thimbles. So we're gonna create a knot, and we're gonna burn the tail end and then melt the end of the knot or end of the tail to the knot. I made these holes a lot bigger so that the ribboning would be easier. And you're going to ribbon around, and you can either make it as tight or as open as you want. since I made these holes pretty big. And burn. And kind of like that. That's corset number 1. I really love them. I've tested them out. I've tried them in applique, English paper piecing, and in hand binding. And so I made a little bit longer and I put a curve here so when you bend your finger. But here's the corset. So I've tried different sizes, like a real tall one or a real short one. I kind of like these a little bit better because they feel like they snug the finger better. So this is one that I stained with a different stain color. I also got leather paint and I've painted some of my thimbles. The neat thing is you could use any colored ribbon, so you could specifically make them with different colors. This is just a corset. It's just laser cut with no engraving on it at all. I think it looks just as elegant. And this one, I did red ribbon with a little bit of a tint color difference. This is what it looks like on my finger, and this is what it looks like underneath. This is a little bit tight. The neat thing about these is that if you wet the leather, it'll stretch to your finger. This is a bit of a shorter one, and that's what it looks like on the finger. I like the worn one out. It's softer. It gets softer and more bendable. But this is what it looks like when you're doing it. And this is what it looks like when you're... you can reseal the leather if you wanted to. Push from the side, not from the tip. A whole new world of possibilities. I never thought lasering would do that for me. That'd be nice. I don't know. Why you like this? Why you hurt? Why you this troublemaker? Roxy,